The Class D1 state championship between the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers, 24-0, and the Sandhills Panthers, 22-1. The Class D1 state title game. Let's turn it over to Roy Churchill now for the introduction of the players that will be involved in tonight's game.
Number 13, Rob Hall. Number 15, Wes Minert. Number 21, Tom Osmond. Number 25, Justin Ryman. Number 33, Brad Arns. And number 45, Jeff Horst. The home team this afternoon, the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers. Their non-starting team members are number 10, Ryan Krings. Number 12, Aaron Kush. Number 14, Mike Werner. Number 20, Scott Pfeiffer. Number 24, Ted Hastreiter. Number 30, Todd Dolman. And number 40, Aaron Walding. The starters in this afternoon's contest for the Sandhills Panthers, number 23, 5'10" sophomore, Monty Brown. For Humphrey St. Francis Flyers, number 22, 5'11" senior, Kevin Sanders. For Sandhills, number 31, 5'10" senior, Jason Kaufman. For the Flyers, number 32, 5'10" senior, Brad Richmond. For the Panthers, number 35, 5'11.5" senior, Kevin Anderson. For Humphrey St. Francis, number 34, 5'7" senior, Greg Wemoff. For the Sandhills Panthers, number 41, 6'1.5" senior, Ryan Smith. For Humphrey St. Francis Flyers, number 42, 6'2" senior, Gene Kush. For Sandhills, number 43, 6'1" sophomore, Mike Smith. And for Humphrey St. Francis, number 44, 6'5" senior, Ken Sanders. The coach at Sandhills, assistant coach Roger Ryman, and the head coach Joe Kutlis. The head assistant coach at Humphrey St. Francis, Shannon Pospisil. The head coach, Paul Brumgard. Officials in this afternoon's contest, Mike Culver and Mike Peters.
Well, there you have the players for this Class D1 state championship game between Sandhills and Humphrey St. Francis. Sandhills got to the finals en route. They beat Elwood in the first round, 78-68, and then defeated Wynot 70-48 to reach the finals. On the other side, Humphrey St. Francis defeated Pleasanton 71-62 in the first round, and then last night it was Humphrey St. Francis over Meridian 62-48. So both teams having relatively easy wins yesterday in the semifinals. Sandhills and Humphrey St. Francis, number 1 and 2 in the state. They are reversed in the two newspaper polls, the World Herald and Lincoln Journal-Star. One has Sandhills number 1, the other St. Francis number 2, number 1, and then both are 2 in the other polls. And to call the play-by-play for this Class D1 state championship game, here's Dick Janda. Humphrey St. Francis in white, Sandhills in purple. Jumping at center, Ken Sander and Ryan Smith, and St. Francis takes the ball to start the game, and a foul is called to start things off as Kevin Sander drives in there, and he is fouled by Jason Kaufman of Sandhills, and will go to the line for 2 shots. And maybe an indication of the huge height advantage that St. Francis has. The Sandhills center, Mike Smith, didn't even jump center. He didn't even try to out-jump Ken Sander for that ball. The tallest starter for Sandhills is 6'1.5", while Humphrey, coached there by Joe Cutlass,
Or I should say that was the Sandhills coach, Joe Cutlass. But Humphrey St. Francis starts Ken Sander in there at 6'5" and Gene Cush in there at 6'2". The free throws go down for Kevin Sander, and St. Francis takes a 2-0 lead, and here they come again, a mile a minute. Greg Wimoff. The follow shot won't drop, but a foul is called again. And so Sander will be at the free throw line again for St. Francis as the foul is called on Monty Brown of Sandhills. Now the people to watch here are first of all for Humphrey St. Francis. Ken Sander is their leading scorer, averaging 23.5 points a game. He's a 6'5" senior center, while for Sandhills, their top scorer is Ryan Smith, number 41, a 6'1.5" senior, averaging 26.3 points a game. He and his brother Mike Smith are the starting postmen for Sandhills. And Ken Sander has a twin brother. That was Kevin Sander making the first 4 points of this game. He and Ken Sander are twin brothers. Here we go with Sandhills on the attack. The Panthers, 22-1 this year, coming into this tournament final game. 4-0. Make it 6-0 now for Humphrey St. Francis as Brad Reichmuth makes that basket. And St. Francis goes out 6-0 to start the game. Brad Richmond with that last basket for St. Francis. For Sandhills, Monty Brown and Jason Kaufman at the guards, Kevin Anderson and Ryan Smith at the forwards, and Mike Smith at center. The two Smiths are brothers. And the shot is rebounded by Jason Kaufman, but now it comes down to St. Francis. The Flyers flying up the court. Kevin Sander, and the rebound comes down to Mike Smith. Kevin Sander is 5'11". Ken Sander, his twin brother, is 6'5". In the middle it goes, and it's stolen right away. Stolen away by Ken Sander, and he goes all the way, coast to coast. And St. Francis jumps out to an 8-0 lead, and Sandhills says, stop the music. Sandhills coach Joe Cutlass calls timeout with 6:18 to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it right here. Humphrey St. Francis jumping out to an 8-0 lead. The undefeated St. Francis Flyers rated number 1 in one poll, number 2 in another in Class D1, while Sandhills is rated just the reverse, number 2 in one poll, number 1 in the other, and has just one loss this year. That was to Ainsworth, the number 5 rated team in Class B, by 2 points. So both of these teams can play, but Humphrey St. Francis does have a height advantage, and they are really moving up and down the court in a hurry with their tall man right there, Ken Sander, the 6'5" senior center, making the last layup.
Beautiful fast break there, Dick, as Ken Sander got the steal, initiated the fast break. He gave the basketball up to Kevin, his brother, and then Kevin generously gave it right back, and Ken had an easy layup. I tell you, St. Francis looking very tough right now. They are tough defensively inside, and they are running a nice fast break as well.
Sandhills has been at state 3 of the last 4 years, but this is their first time ever in the finals. Dunning Sandhills, a consolidated school in central to west central Nebraska. The rebound coming down to Humphrey St. Francis. Humphrey located generally toward the northeastern part of the state. Underneath, the ball is stolen away by Mike Smith of Sandhills, and here come the Panthers, still yet to score in the game. The Panthers of Coach Joe Cutlass, starting 3 seniors and 2 sophomores, and St. Francis steals it away, only to turn it right back, and finally Sandhills gets on the board. Ryan Smith with the first 2 points of the game for Sandhills. But here come the Flyers. Gene Cush makes it 9-2. Make it 10-2. 10-2 is the score. St. Francis ahead of Sandhills. Class D1 state championship.
Nice ball movement that time between the Smith brothers.
Mike Smith that time puts it in, so he and Ryan have the 4 points for Sandhills, each having 2. 10-4, 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Earlier today, state champions were crowned in Class C1, Bridgeport, in Class C2, Grant, and in Class D2, Falls City Sacred Heart. Falls City Sacred Heart, the defending D1 champion, dropping down to D2 and winning it there this year. And so now here in D1 this year, it's Humphrey St. Francis and Sandhills. Gene Cush puts it up and in.
Good example there of the height advantage that St. Francis has. Sander went to the hoop, kept it alive, and then Cush got the rebound.
And Cush gets the rebound again. 6'2" senior. Sander at 6'5". That's Ken Sander at 6'5". And Sandhills comes away with it this time. Monty Brown, 5'10" sophomore. Sandhills starting 3 seniors, 2 sophomores. Humphrey St. Francis starting 5 seniors. As the shot goes up from the right corner, rebounded by Sandhills and put back in by Monty Brown. St. Francis was the state runner-up in Class D1 in 1988. The Flyers averaged 74.2 points a game. Sandhills averages 77.4. And a foul will be called on Gene Cush of St. Francis. And it's a non-shooting foul, of course, and so Sandhills will bring it up from backcourt. Foul is called on Cush, as we mentioned, his first team foul for St. Francis. Here comes Sandhills. Monty Brown. To Ryan Smith and back out front to Jason Kaufman. Underneath, Ryan Smith travels with it. And so Sandhills turns it over to St. Francis. The St. Francis has a little in the state tournament experience department, as they were in the state finals in '88 and finished second that year. As Sander puts it in, Ken Sander with the basket, and it's 14-6. The third time that Humphrey St. Francis has been up by 8. Ryan Smith answers right back for Sandhills, and it's 14-8. St. Francis by a half dozen. Sandhills, the first time ever in the finals at the state tournament, although they've been at state 3 of the last 4 years. Cush behind the back, backfires on him, and Jason Kaufman comes up with it for Sandhills. 1-on-3, he'll pull up. Off glass, he'll hit it.
Not a great fast break with the 1-on-3 odds, but when you get the ball to fall, you can't do much complaining.
Knocked out of bounds by Sandhills. It'll be St. Francis ball. The Flyers go 5'11", 5'7", 5'10", 6'2", 6'5", while Sandhills goes 5'10", 5'10", 5'11 and a half, 6'1", and 6'1". And a foul called against St. Francis. Sandhills will get the ball and bring it up court. There you see Mike Culver, one of the 2 officials today from Omaha working this game, the other being Mike Peters. That foul called on Ken Sander for St. Francis. Each team with 2 team fouls now, that being the first personal on Ken Sander. Ken and Kevin Sander are twin brothers. Ken, the leading scorer on the team, 23.5 points per game. Kevin averages 14.4, the guard out front. And the foul called on Gene Cush of St. Francis. And our first substitutes will come into the game. For Sandhills, Jeff Horst, a 6'1 junior, comes in, as well as Justin Ryman, a 6'1 junior. Kevin Anderson and Mike Smith go out for Sandhills to the bench there with Coach Joe Cutlass. In his 6th year as head coach, Joe Cutlass, the head man at Sandhills, as it's knocked out of bounds. Paul Brungard in his 4th year as head coach at Humphrey St. Francis. He is the father of Paul Brungard, who plays on the University of Nebraska football team. And into the lineup for St. Francis is Todd Doman, 6-foot sophomore. Greg Wimoff goes out for the Flyers. In and out for Ryan Smith. And it's blocked away into the hands of Ken Sander. The 23.5 point per game scorer for the Flyers.
At 3. 2 blocks already as the 3-point shot misses. 2 blocks for Sander inside and 2 big blocks.
The 3-point goal won't go, and Sandhills gets the rebound. It's 14-10. St. Francis has led by as many as 8. And on the fight for the rebound, a foul will be called. It's going to be against St. Francis, and it'll be on Todd Doman.
The thing that's so good about Ken Sanders' blocks that we've just seen is he doesn't swat the ball out of bounds or way away. He really just holds the ball almost, and he gets the ball back after the block.
Sandhills with the basketball, trailing by 4, and it's stolen away by St. Francis. They really like to get it up court. 4-on-2. The break is stopped by Sandhills, but it's also out of bounds. And so St. Francis will keep possession under its own goal. Sandhills just went out of bounds with the ball.
You wonder what kind of an intimidating force Ken Sander is. Look at that last shot by Sandhills, how badly it was missed. That's the trouble with the block shot.
And Ken Sander using his height again inside. He now has 6 points, and it's 16-10. St. Francis back by 6. Sandhills with a distinct height disadvantage to the 6'5" Sander and 6'2" Gene Cush. Nice pass underneath, and it's put up and in by Ryan Smith. 6 points for Ryan Smith, and it's 16-12. St. Francis by 4 again, and there's Ken Sander again. He's fouled, and the basket will count.
He wasn't given room to come down onto the floor. That's what the player has to do, has to give him a couple steps on the blind side. And the best thing about that is watch it. Sander doesn't even come to the floor. He puts it right up. And that was an excellent, excellent shot by Ken Sander. He now has 6 points in the game.
Ryan Smith guilty of the foul for Sandhills, but Sander misses the free throw. Kevin Anderson and Mike Smith back into the game for Sandhills. And St. Francis has now committed 4 team fouls already, so Sandhills is in the 1-1 from here on out for the first half. Rest of the half, Sandhills will be in the bonus. St. Francis with 55 seconds with which to work here remaining in the first quarter, and St. Francis leading at 18-12. Gene Cush, cross court, it goes through the hands of Greg Wimoff, and it'll be Sandhills' ball on the turnover with 43 seconds left to go in the first period. Into the game for St. Francis, Ted Hostreiter, 5'9" sophomore. There he is with a big wrap on his right or left bicep. Brad Richmond went out of the game for the Flyers. Sandhills with the basketball, 40 seconds left in the first period. Sandhills trailing by 6. St. Francis leading by the half dozen. Almost time to play for one shot. Let's see if they do. There's 28 seconds now showing on the clock to go first quarter. Goes out of bounds. It'll be off St. Francis with 17 seconds left to go first period. Sandhills will keep it. And now Brad Richmond comes into the game for St. Francis. Todd Doman comes out. Number 32 there is Richmond. 16 seconds and the time running left to go here in the first quarter. It's now down to 10. Now 8. 6 seconds. 5. A long three-pointer. Good! At the end of the first quarter by Jason Kaufman of Sandhills. So a three-pointer brings the Panthers back within 3 at the end of 1 quarter of play. So 1 period of play is in the books in this D1 state championship, and the score is Humphrey St. Francis 18, Sandhills 15.
Big momentum boost. Look at how far out that shot was, and nothing. It goes right down for Jason Kaufman. There you see Jason right in front of us, and that could be a big momentum boost, Dick, as now Sandhills only trails by 3, 18-15.
St. Francis has been up by as many as 8 on 4 different occasions. They started out with an 8-0 lead to start the game. But now Sandhills has the ball, trailing just by 3. Forced shot by Monty Brown. Rebound comes down to Kevin Sander. No-look pass goes out of bounds, and a foul will be called. A foul will be called on Kevin Anderson of Sandhills. non-shooting foul, and St. Francis will get the ball under its own goal.
In the first quarter, Sandhills made 7 of 17 field goals for 41%. Humphrey St. Francis 7 of 13, 54%, plus Humphrey St. Francis got 4 points from the free throw line, and that's really the difference so far in the game.
Underneath, they try to get it into Sander, and it's tapped away. Good defensive work by Sandhills, and here come the Panthers.
That was Mike Smith, just a sophomore, who tapped that away.
Cross court it goes. Off the hip of Kevin Anderson, and the ball comes down to St. Francis. 1-on-3. Ted Hostreiter will have to pull up, pass into Gene Cush. Tap try, Sander puts it in. Ken Sander, first man to hit double figures. He has 10 points. He had 37 in the opening round of the tournament, 26 in the semifinals yesterday.
Joe Cutlass said before the game, the Sandhills coach, his biggest worry was keeping Ken Sander off the offensive glass. He said Sander really has a good knack for getting to the basketball.
Shot no good for Monty Brown, and the rebound comes down to St. Francis. Here comes Kevin Sander. Brad Richmond, rebound to Cush, and he's fouled. No basket, but he is fouled. And Mike Smith, apparently the guilty party, number 43 there, so Cush will be at the line for 2 shots. The foul is on Monty Brown, I guess, his second personal. Both teams in the bonus 1-on-1 situation now, but that was a shooting foul, so Cush will get 2 shots. He had 4 points in the first quarter. There's Joe Cutlass, the Sandhills coach. And Cush makes the second. He now has 5 points, and it's 15 for Sandhills, 21 for St. Francis. The Flyers by 6. Started the game with an 8-0 lead, a 3-point try. No go. Brad Richmond with the rebound for St. Francis. Hostreiter tries to go inside, doesn't work out. Tapped out of bounds by Sandhills. 3 state champs in the books. Falls City, Sacred Heart, Grant, and Bridgeport so far. And 3 more state championship games to go here tonight. D1, B, and A. Sander, Kevin to Ken. Ken Sander now has 12 points, and the 6'5" center looks really tough underneath there.
I tell you, he's so athletic. Not only is he 6'5", he's got long arms, he jumps real well, he can handle the ball on the break, but he just picked up his second foul.
Well, that's something that Sandhills probably will try to work on, is to see if they can get Kevin Sander into some kind of foul trouble.
Ken, right, and they would just love to just keep pushing the ball in time and time and time again.
We shouldn't get these Sanders mixed up much. They are twin brothers. But Ken is 6'5", Kevin is 5'11". Kevin Anderson at the free throw line for Sandhills misses his first. He'll get a second. And Kevin Anderson gets in the books. Now all 5 Sandhills starters have scored. And it's 23-16. St. Francis by 7 with the basketball. Kevin Sander all the way. And he doesn't get the basket, but he does draw the foul. Going to be called on Mike Smith of Sandhills. And so Kevin Sander will go to the line. He started the game doing that, and he hasn't really let up much. He likes to penetrate.
Kevin is very quick. You can see that, and he's not only quick, he's got good speed to the basket as well. And he's one of those guys, when he sees that little opening, he will really attack it. And he does a good job. He's now 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
Paul Brungart in his 4th year as head coach of Humphrey St. Francis, who you saw there. 6 points for Kevin Sander. And there's timeout on the court. We'll keep it right here with 5:33 to go in the half. And Humphrey St. Francis leading Sandhills by the biggest margin of the game. St. Francis with a 9-point lead now. 25-16 for Sandhills, 6 for Ryan Smith, 5 for Jason Kaufman, 2 each for Monty Brown and Mike Smith, and 1 for Kevin Anderson. For St. Francis, 12 for 6'5" Ken Sander, 6 for twin brother Kevin Sander, 5 for Gene Cush, and 2 for Brad Richmond. The game following this one is one we're really looking forward to.
The Wahoo Warriors, they have won 63 straight games in the Class B final against Grand Island Northwest. Grand Island Northwest just dominated York yesterday in the semifinals, 72-42. It'll be interesting to see. No one has been closer. Pius gave Wahoo its closest game all year. That was 72-59 in the semifinals yesterday. But Wahoo has been amazing, and I tell you, we have seen some fantastic finals with Wahoo the last 2 years.
You know, Grand Island Northwest won that game over York by 30 yesterday and led by only 4 points at halftime. Northwest led by only 4 and then wound up winning it by 30.
In the rebounding department, Humphrey has out-rebounded Sandhills 13-8. The other key statistic, Humphrey has made 7 of 9 free throws, and Sandhills just 1 of 2.
25-16. St. Francis by 9, their biggest lead of the game. And it's rebounded down by Sander, the big guy. St. Francis with the ball. Ted Hostreiter, just a sophomore, to Kevin Sander. Gene Cush. And Gene Cush makes it look easy as St. Francis goes out to a 27-16 lead now. 11 points, the biggest lead. In and out for Mike Smith. The rebound to St. Francis. And I tell you, if things keep going like this, the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers are going to be saying, bring on those Falls City Sacred Heart Irish. I bet you they'd like to have a matchup with them, the D2 champs, who were the D1 champs each of the last 2 years.
And in the D1 final 2 years ago, St. Francis lost to Falls City Sacred Heart 65-58. And nice alley-oop play there to Ken Sander. I tell you, Sandhills defense is really starting to disintegrate inside, and that could spell big trouble for the Panthers.
29-16. Sandhills misses again. St. Francis with the rebound. Kevin Sander, who just never stops going a mile a minute. And reaching in on him is Jason Kaufman for the foul for Sandhills. There he is, number 31, and so Kevin Sander will be back at the free throw line,
where he is 6 for 6 so far in the game. And if Sandhills does not get some three-pointers or something to start happening, they could find themselves out of this game pretty soon.
Justin Ryman, a 6'1 junior, into the game for Sandhills. Kevin Anderson there, you saw, number 35, going to the bench. And this time Sander misses, breaking his free throw string at 6. Sandhills brings it up. And it's knocked away by Hostreiter. He's out in front of the pack. And Ted Hostreiter gets his first 2 points of the night, and it's 31-16. A 15-point lead for Humphrey St. Francis. Sandhills with the basketball. Monty Brown, around the horn it goes to Justin Ryman. And it's stolen away by Kevin Sander. Nice pass to Ken Sander, but it's knocked away. And a nice defensive play by Sandhills, and now a foul is called on Ted Hostreiter of St. Francis. I'd like to welcome our 10-11 viewers to the telecast of this, the Class D1 State Boys Basketball Championship game between Humphrey St. Francis and Sandhills. We're in the second quarter. There's 3:30 to go before halftime. St. Francis has led the entire game, jumped out to an 8-0 lead. It was 18-15, though, at the quarter. And now, with 3:29 to go, as Sandhills' Ryan Smith hits for the Panthers of Sandhills, it is Humphrey St. Francis 31, Sandhills 18, the undefeated Humphrey St. Francis Flyers, with firm command of this game so far. And it's put in by Ken Sander. He is the main man for Humphrey St. Francis. Their 6'5 senior center has 16 points. He's the tallest man on the court at 6'5, and he is really dominating the game so far. His twin brother Kevin Sander misses the layup, and Sandhills comes down with the ball. Here come the Panthers. It's blocked. It goes in. The basket will count, and a foul is called on Brad Richmond of Humphrey St. Francis.
Nice basket by Ryan Smith, and a very good fast break that time by Sandhills. just when you thought that the game might be getting out of control for Sandhills, the Panthers get a big three-point play, or a possible three-point play. Nice job there. As you see, Ryan moved his body to the right, so he made sure he would not be guilty of a charge, and Ryan has to be careful. He's got 2 fouls in the game.
Ryan Smith is the leading scorer coming into the tournament for Sandhills with an average of 26.3 points a game. A foul called on Monty Brown of Sandhills, and both teams are in the bonus now, so we'll go to the other end. And St. Francis will be at the free throw line. Ken Sander will shoot. He is a 6'5" senior, averaging 23.5 points and 16.5 rebounds a game. In the first 2 tournament games, he scored 37 and 26 points for a total of 63. He now has 17, so he has 80 points so far in the 3 games of the state tournament this year. Sander makes the second, and there's timeout on the court with 2:50 to go before halftime. And the score in the D1 State Boys Championship, Humphrey St. Francis 35, Sandhills 20.
Center for the Class D1 State Championship game between Humphrey St. Francis and Sandhills. Sandhills got a big 3-point basket just at the first quarter buzzer to cut the St. Francis lead to 18-15, but since that time, the Panthers have been outscored 17-5, and they now trail it by 15.
2:36 to go before halftime. St. Francis in white steals it away again. Here comes Kevin Sander. He'll try from 3-point range, and he'll hit it. Kevin Sander nestles the net. He now has 9, and it's 37-20, 38-20. Make it 38-20, an 18-point lead, the biggest of the game for the St. Francis Flyers. Undefeated, 24-0. Sandhills with just 1 loss this year, 22-1. Sandhills only lost to Class B, number 5 rated Ainsworth, and that was by only 2 points. But Sandhills' tallest player, 6'1½", while St. Francis starts Sander at 6'5" and Cush at 6'2". 3-point shot, nothing but netting for Ryan Smith. He now has 13 points, and it's 38-23, St. Francis by 15 again.
Ryan shows his ability to score both outside and inside. Good pass.
No basket, a foul called before the shot, and Ken Sander will be at the free throw line for 1-1. Cush just knew right where Sander was going to be. He didn't even hardly look. He just knew that when he was going to turn around, he could find the taller Ken Sander underneath, and he did. But he was fouled before he put the shot up, so he'll get 1 and 1. Doesn't earn the bonus. The rebound comes to Ryan Smith of Sandhills. 1.5 minutes to go before halftime. D1 State Boys Championship. 3 champions already crowned. Falls City Sacred Heart in D2, Grant in C2, and Bridgeport in C1. The D1, B, and A championships to go yet here tonight from the Bob Devaney Sports Center as we cap the 1989-90 basketball season. Sandhills keeps possession. Jason Kaufman, he's the guy that hit the 3-pointer at the end of the first quarter from way out. And he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. The foul is called on Kevin Sander of Humphrey St. Francis. 1.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Won't drop for Kaufman, and Cush with the rebound for St. Francis. Here come the Flyers. Kevin Sander. Brad Richmond. And Cush underneath is fouled. He draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Kevin Sander and Greg Wimoff are the guards for St. Francis, although Ted Hustreiter is in there now. Brad Richmond and Gene Cush are the forwards with Ken Sander at center. Gene Cush now has 8 points, and it's 39-23, 16-point lead for St. Francis. Cush gets them both. For Sandhills, Monty Brown and Jason Kaufman at the guards, Kevin Anderson and Ryan Smith at forward, with Mike Smith at center, and the 2 Smiths are brothers. 43 seconds to go before halftime. Sandhills in purple. A three-point try is good for Ryan Smith.
He really has a nice shooting touch, Dick, and those things are just nothing but net.
27 seconds to go before halftime. And Ken Sander again.
St. Francis just putting on a clinic as far as how to get the ball inside.
Right between the legs of Mike Smith. It remains in the possession of Sandhills. They'll play for a last shot here. 9 seconds to go before the intermission break. Three-pointer put up, no good by Kaufman this time. The rebound to Sandhills, the shot off, and that's the end of the first half of play. One half of play is in the books in the Class D1 State Boys Championship. Humphrey St. Francis with a big advantage by 16 points here. 42-26. They led by 3 at the quarter, but now by 16 here at the end of the half. 20 points for Ken Sander of Humphrey St. Francis and 16 for Ryan Smith of Sandhills. 42-26, Humphrey St. Francis by 16 here at the intermission in the D1 State Championship. Standing by with Sandhills coach Joe Cutlass is Jeff Schmall.
Joe, I know one of your big concerns you told me before the game was stopping Ken Sander inside, and a legitimate concern.
Yeah, we haven't done it. We haven't gotten very good backside help, and when we have and he's jumped into us, we haven't got, that we have gotten a call. We've been getting called for fouls, and that's the way it goes. We got to get there first. We've never shot as poorly as we're shooting right now. We got some kids who really shoot the ball nicely, and right now we're just not getting the ball to go in the basket, but I'm sure we will the second half. And when you're getting beat inside, and they're running the score up a little bit now, we're starting to stand around. Nobody's going to the offensive glass, and things are just kind of compounding right now.
Okay, well, good luck in the second.
Thanks, Jeff.
We'll be back with halftime activities from this D1 State Championship game right after this. Are you going to just continue more of the same with your kids? You're really being effective inside with Sander.
Well, yeah, we're going to try and perhaps penetrate a little bit more at times, see if we can free up Kenny a little bit more inside. The kids are really working hard out there, and we're playing a patient game. It's something they're not used to, so I'm proud of that.
Okay, good luck in the second half, Coach. We will be back with the second half of this D1 State Championship game right after this.
Humphrey St. Francis will move to the basket on your left. Sandhills in the darker purple uniforms will move to the basket on your right. Same fives that started the game start the second half. And a foul is called as we get underway here on Brad Richmond of Humphrey St. Francis. And so a non-shooting foul. Sandhills will bring it up from backcourt. The Sandhills Panthers down by 16 here at halftime. Humphrey St. Francis outscored Sandhills 24-11 in the second quarter. It was only a three-point game at the end of the first period. And now St. Francis up by 16. They have led by as many as 18. 18 has been the biggest lead for the Flyers. Shot put in by Monty Brown of Sandhills. First 2 points of the second half. And it's 42-28. St. Francis with the lead in the ball. Ken Sander. Twin brother Kevin with the rebound, and his follow try is blocked, but he's also fouled, so Kevin Sander will go at the free throw line, and that's the way the first half started, with Kevin Sander drawing a couple fouls and shooting some free throws in.
And he's a good free throw shooter. He's made 6 of 7 thus far in the game, has 9 points. Would like to get into double figures right here.
Doesn't get the roll. Shooting foul, he'll get a second. And now he has double figures, 10 points for Kevin Sander. And it's 43-28. St. Francis, as a three-point shot goes up, no good for Monty Brown of Sandhills. And a nice save in the corner by Smith. And the Panthers keep it. Whistle stops play. 3 seconds called against Sandhills.
Ryan Smith, who made that nice save, one of the first-team All-Staters, as voted on by the coaches, averages 26 points and 10 rebounds per game.
Here comes Kevin Sander. Nice pass to Cush to Ken Sander.
Ken Sander is really a nice player. He moves so well for a kid 6'5", jumps well, shoots the ball well. Good all-around basketball player. He could play in any class, definitely, in this state.
Sandhills on the attack. Ryan Smith. The rebound comes down to Monty Brown of Sandhills, and it's knocked out of bounds by St. Francis. It'll be Sandhills' ball under the Panthers' goal.
And you can see just the hesitancy on the part of the Sandhills players when they get inside, and it's all because of Ken Sanders' defense.
Foul called on Monty Brown of Sandhills.
That'll be his third.
Non-shooting common foul, so St. Francis will get it from backcourt. Sandhills applying full court pressure now. End of the game for Sandhills is Justin Ryman. Monty Brown goes out with the four personal fouls now. That was the fourth on Brown. Here comes Kevin Sander. No problem breaking the press, and Sander puts it in.
A little bit out of control, but it went down. Good athlete, Kevin Sander.
47-28, biggest lead of the game. 19 points for St. Francis, and Sandhills turns it over again. Here come the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers, undefeated. Leading by 19, but it's stolen away by Sandhills. Jason Kaufman. It drops, and he's fouled. Kaufman will go to the line to try to complete a three-point play.
Well, that time Kevin Sander went for the spectacular block. You see it there. A nice job by Jason Kaufman, a 5'10" senior. Gets it up off the glass, and now a chance for the three-point play.
Rebound comes down to Sander. Ken Sander, 6'5", senior center, averaging 23.5 points a game coming into the tournament. He has 22 tonight.
Sandhill is just really getting hurt almost everywhere. One of the places at the free throw line, they've made just 1 of 6 free throws in this basketball game, and that does not cut it.
Coach Joe Cutlass saying at halftime it's the worst he's seen his team shoot this year. Now the St. Francis defense probably has something to do with that too. Jason Kaufman misses everything for Sandhills, and St. Francis will bring it up from backcourt.
Well, that three-point shot is a blessing and a curse at the same time. We see so many teams resort to it right away, and they really get out of their offensive flow. It looked like Sandhills there. You just kind of come down and shoot a three-pointer right away, and that can hurt you sometimes if you're, especially when you start missing those.
Nice drive to the hoop by Gene Cush. Humphrey St. Francis, he now has 11 points. 3 men in double figures now for St. Francis, the Sander twins and Cush. Nice drive by Smith, but it won't go in the hole. Ken Sander with the rebound. Here comes St. Francis. Kevin Sander, he'll pop, he'll miss, but he'll be fouled. He'll be fouled by Jason Kaufman. And so Kevin Sander will go to the line. Kevin didn't like that contact from Kaufman, and he'll be at the line for 2 shots, will Kevin Sander. He has 13 points now, and it's 50-30. Biggest lead of the game, 20 points. And St. Francis gets the rebound.
And look
Ken
at the
Sander.
hustle.
Yep. Kevin Sander gets the roll. Boy, this has been Humphrey St. Francis all the way. They lead by 22 points. They started the game with an 8-0 run and just have really never been threatened really hardly after that, although it was a 3-point game at the quarter.
Well, and that was the result of a long 3-point shot, probably about almost a 30-foot 3-point shot right at the first quarter buzzer by Jason Kaufman, and that's really been the only optimism that Sandhills has even had in this game.
Foul called on Jason Ryman. Not too crazy about having Kevin Sander help him up. Now they shake hands. Well, and Monty Brown comes into the game, and Ryman goes out. There's Brown, number 23.
And I'm sure a lot of that is frustration. You know, Humphrey St. Francis has had its way. Sandhills a bit frustrated, especially offensively.
Sandhills with 4 team fouls now, so St. Francis will be in the bonus from here on out for the rest of the game. Ken Sander at 6'5" to Cush. And Sander tips it in. Well, you know, it would have been an interesting matchup to see Sander against Cloth, the Wisner-Pilger center, the 6'9" center we saw earlier this afternoon.
Well, and a big difference again, you hate to reiterate it too much, but Wisner-Pilger just didn't get the ball inside to Close that much. Here you got a 6'9", 6'10" kid, and that's one thing that St. Francis does, is they really get the ball inside. And Ken Sander hustles so well underneath the basket. He's always looking to get that positioning. It takes a lot of energy, especially when you got to run all 95 feet of the floor as the postmen do, but Ken Sander sure doing a good job of it. 17
points now for Ryan Smith, but he can't get his second free throw to drop, and St. Francis brings it up with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cush off the heel, and the rebound to Mike Smith.
And even though he didn't get the rebound, did you see the positioning that Ken Sander had there? Had it not come off hard, he would have got the rebound, and another easy too. His brother's behind.
Kevin Sander with the lay-in. And St. Francis is just clicking on all cylinders tonight. 56-31, 3.5 minutes to go third quarter, and Jason Kaufman hits a 3 for Sandhills.
They'll need a bunch of those to try to get back into this.
.320 to go third quarter, and a foul will be called against Sandhills. I think it's on Kevin Anderson.
Well, I think Mike Smith, it looked like.
And there's Mike Smith right there you just saw, number 43. At any rate, it'll be Ken Sander at the free throw line as timeout is called with 3:18 to go in the third quarter, and the score, Humphrey St. Francis 56, Sandhills 34.
If Sandhills is to get back into this ball game, they'll need a number of three-pointers like that one by Jason Kaufman. On the other side, back to live action. Ken Sander makes the first of 2 free throws.
And he gets the second. 26 points for Ken Sander now. He makes 2 free throws there, and St. Francis has the lead 58-24. And St. Francis steals it away again. Here come the Flyers flying up the court. Kevin Sander to twin brother Ken Sander to Cush. Ken Sander fighting for the rebound, but it's controlled by Brown of Sandhills. Nice behind the back dribble. Monty Brown, 5'10" sophomore. Kevin Anderson. Richmond with the ball for St. Francis. Up court to Sander. To Ken Sander.
No weak side help again. If you're going to front someone, you have to get some backside help. They're trying to front Ken Sander, but they're not getting any help on the backside.
Second time that St. Francis is led by 26. It's been their biggest lead, and now Sandhills cuts it back to 24. Ryan Smith with the basket. He now has 19 points as it is palmed or turned over by St. Francis, and so Sandhills will bring it up. Maybe a chance to try to get back in this thing. They trail by 24 points, though, with 2:15 to go third quarter. Cush steals it away for St. Francis to Kevin Sander, and it's stolen back away by Brown. Down court it comes to Kevin Anderson, and a foul called
Ken Sander will pick up his third foul.
Both teams in the bonus at this point. And Kevin Anderson will be at the free throw line for Sandhills. Things just not working for Sandhills here tonight. St. Francis with the ball. Everything just about been working for them. Through the hands of Cush, but he saves it. Into the hands of Ryan Smith. He misses, but Jason Kaufman is there for the rebound. He can't make it go, and Kevin Sander with the rebound for St. Francis.
Boy, does that ever exemplify the frustration of Sandhills. They missed 2 easy shots that time down the floor.
St. Francis slows it up a bit with 1:25 to go, third quarter. St. Francis leading by 24. It's tapped away by Mike Smith. It'll be St. Francis ball. Into the game for St. Francis is Todd Doman, 6-foot sophomore, number 30 there. And also in for Sandhills, Justin Ryman. He's number 25 right there. Monty Brown goes back out for the Panthers. And now Jeff Horst will come in for Sandhills. He's a 6'1 junior. There he is, number 45. And Kevin Anderson goes out. Coach Joe Cutlass using a couple of extended substitutions there to kind of give his team a rest, I think, as he first sent one man in, then the other. Let everybody catch their breath. Underneath, it goes into Todd Doman, who just came into the game. First 2 points on the night for Doman, a 6-foot sophomore for the St. Francis Flyers.
Thus far in the game, Sandhills has been out-rebounded 28-16, and the Panthers have committed 6 more turnovers than St. Francis, 16-10 in that department.
Kevin Sander fouls Ryan Smith, and Ryan Smith will go to the free throw line for 2 shots for Sandhills. 49 seconds to go, third quarter. The 4th of 6 state championship telecasts this afternoon, or actually today and tonight. Grant, Bridgeport, and Hampton were all crowned champs earlier today, and still to go tonight. The B title game between Wahoo and Grand Island Northwest, and the Class A championship between Omaha South and Lincoln Northeast. Ryan Smith gets 2 free throws. He now has 21 points, and it's 62-38. Humphrey St. Francis leading by 24. Give and go doesn't work for St. Francis, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Flyers. Sandhills will get it in backcourt. .36 seconds to go, third quarter. Kaufman. Smith from three-point range, and a foul called away from the ball on the battle underneath the boards. A foul is called on somebody from St. Francis. It's Brad Richmond. And so Mike Smith will go to the free throw line for Sandhills. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mike Smith has not scored since the first quarter, and a jump ball is called on the rebound. Possession arrow goes to Sandhills. It will be the Panthers' ball.
Sandhills has made just 2 of 9 free throws, Dick.
Mike Smith goes out of the game. Kevin Anderson back in for him for Sandhills. Kaufman from three-point range. And the rebound comes down to St. Francis. Brad Richmond tries to get it up court, and it's out of bounds off Sandhills. It'll be St. Francis ball. There's Coach Joe Cutlass in his 6th year as the head coach at Sandhills. And it's knocked out of bounds by the Panthers. Jason Kaufman knocks it out. Kevin Sander will inbound, and there's one of our younger fans at the game tonight. .15 seconds to go in the quarter. Nothing but netting for Greg Wimoff. His first 2 points of the game. 64-38. Smith, yes, Ryan Smith at the end of the third quarter. 3 quarters of play, now history in the Class D1 State Boys Championship, and your score is Humphrey St. and Sandhills 40.
We're at the Bob Devaney Sports Center live at the Class D1 State Championship game. This one has been all Humphrey St. Francis as the Flyers lead it over Sandhills 64-40 after 3 quarters of play.
St. Francis with the basketball. Todd Doman tries to make it to go, but he can't get it in, and Gene Cush does, though. Cush with the putback, and it's 66-40, equaling the biggest lead of the game. It's back to a 26-point advantage for St. Francis.
Foul on Greg Wemhoff there. In the game, Humphrey is now 24 of 42 for 57%. Sandhills 16 of 44, just 36%. So a huge advantage for Humphrey in field goal shooting. Humphrey also doing a much better job in free throws, as Sandhills is now 2 of 10 in free throws.
Things go bad, I guess. Those brand new rims here at the Devaney Sports Center, unkind to the Sandhills Panthers tonight. Steal by Monty Brown. Left-handed layup won't go for him, and there we go again.
Yeah, and Joe Cutlass was frustrated after the first half, saying his team had not shot this poorly all season long, and now it's just more frustration. First time for Sandhills in the state finals, and is it nerves? Is it shooting here at the Devaney Center? Although this is a good place to shoot in terms of rims and background, it's really an easier place to shoot at than is Pershing Auditorium, because Pershing, you've got this vastness behind you with no crowd. But obviously the lid on the rim for Sandhills tonight.
Kevin Sander with his first point of the fourth quarter. He now has 18 on the night. Ryan Smith guilty of that last foul, his third personal. And the rebound is controlled by Kaufman for Sandhills. 67-40. 27-point lead, the biggest of the game for St. Francis. Ryan Smith, three-pointer won't drop, and the rebound comes down to St. Francis. The Humphrey St. Francis Flyers. Their coach, Paul Brungart, coached Norfolk Catholic and Omaha Cathedral to state championship games, and Humphrey St. Francis to a state championship game, but he's never won. So Paul Brungart looking pretty good for him to get his first state title as a head coach.
And Humphrey St. Francis playing pretty good ball with Ken Sander on the bench. Kind of a mystery why Sander is sitting so long. I'm sure he'll get at least a little bit more action.
Three-point try, no good for Kaufman. Rebound to St. Francis, leading by 27. Sander to Cush. 15 points for Gene Cush, and it's 69-40. 29-point lead, the biggest of the game for St. Francis. Knocked out of bounds by the Flyers. Sandhills will inbound. Kaufman gets his own rebound. And it just will not roll in for Sandhills.
Boy, this is incredible. And Joe Cutlass, you can just see his frustration over there. He's wiping in his brow now. He cannot believe it. His mother told him he'd have days like this.
Well, I tell you, there were 2 shots were down and then bounced back out, and that's the kind of luck Sandhills has been having all night. Timeout on the court with 5:29 to go in the game, and the score is Humphrey St. Francis 69, Sandhills 40.
You might not be able to tell it, but there's a little invisible lid on the top of the Humphrey St. Francis basket. See, it just won't go down. Boy, I tell you, on the Sandhills basket, not the Humphrey St. Francis basket. And there you see a good shot of Joe Cutlass The Sandhills coach showing a little bit of his frustration.
Mike Smith comes down with the rebound for Sandhills. Ryan Smith has it raked away. Cush, 2-on-1, and Cush misses it. The follow shot won't go either. And on the rebound, a foul is called on Mike Smith. Well, now Ken Sander will come back into the game for St. Francis. Also, Greg Wimoff comes back in. Todd Doman, the 6-foot sophomore, goes out, as does Ted Hustreiter, 5'9" sophomore. And there's some of the Humphrey St. Francis Flyer crowd. A good contingent of fans here from Humphrey tonight.
I'll tell you, the Sports Center really starting to fill up now, too, Dick, in anticipation of our final 2 games this evening. Wahoo and Grand Island Northwest is next, and then that will be followed by the Class A game between Omaha South and Lincoln Northeast.
St. Francis misses on the second free throw attempt. And now Sandhills gets the ball. Here come the Panthers down by 30. Biggest lead of the game, 70-40 for Humphrey St. Francis. And it finally drops for Sandhills. Monty Brown gets it in there. And it's 70-42. And a foul will be called on Ryan Smith. I think that is his 4th foul. Top scorer for Sandhills, 23 points tonight. And now he's got some foul trouble. Yeah, that is his 4th. And Brad Richmond will be at the free throw line. Second one, or his first one, is good. He'll get the second.
Okay, one left, straight in.
Doesn't waste any time and gets them both to drop. 5 points now for Brad Richmond. It's 72-42.
I want a telling statistic, Dick, besides field goal percentage. Rebounds. Humphrey, 38 rebounds. Sandhills, 19 rebounds.
Wow. 4:17 left to go. Ken Sander now has 30 points.
And there they got the backside help, but it didn't do any good.
Ken Sander has 93 points in the tournament now. And here comes St. Francis, not letting up a bit, behind the back. Ho-ho! Showtime, baby!
Wow.
For the Sander twins. 32 points for Ken Sander. And there's timeout on the court with 3:50 to go in the game. It's Humphrey St. Francis 76, Sandhills 42.
This is what you call twin brothers connecting on the fast break. Kevin to Ken Sander, nice behind the back pass for an easy 2 from the Sander brothers, who are twins, playing in perhaps one of their last games ever together.
Ken Sander double dribbled that time, though. Ken Sander with 95 points in the tournament. He has 32 tonight, and he has the new D1 record. The new D1 state tournament record now with the 95 points. The old mark was 83. And a foul is called on Ken Sander.
That's his 4th. Ken blocked Mike Smith's first shot without even jumping. And the second time he's whistled for a foul. And that is his 5th foul.
So Ken Sander ends his high school career with 32 points in the state D1 championship game. The basket counts for Mike Smith, and he'll go to the free throw line to try to complete the 3-point play here. Can't do it, but he gets the rebound. Ryan Smith gets the rebound. That last basket, Ryan or Mike Smith?
I sure thought it was Mike that made it, but I think that they had Ryan shooting the free throw, didn't they?
He had the rebound anyway. And another foul is called. This one will be on Kevin Sander, and it'll be Ryan Smith at the line again. 1-1 for Ryan Smith. Ryan and Mike Smith are brothers, and One's a senior, the other's a sophomore. They look a lot alike. Both shoot left-handed. Ryan Smith this time with his first point of the fourth quarter. He now has 24, we think, here in the game. 25 now. 76-46, 30-point lead for Humphrey St. Francis. .3:11 to go in the game. Cush underneath. 17 points now for Gene Cush. 78 now to 46. Ryan Smith has it blocked by Cush. Mike Werner is into the game now for St. Francis. Mike Werner, a 5'10 senior. Foul called against Jason Kaufman of Sandhills, but now the substitutes come in.
Kevin Sander got a bloody nose. Kind of got hit in the nose that last time on the foul by... That was the fourth foul, I believe. Who did they whistle it against?
Jason Kaufman, I think. It is the fourth on Kaufman. Now, see if we can pick up some of these subs for Humphrey St. Francis. Scott Pfeiffer is in there, a 5'9 senior. He's number 20. Out of the game for Sandhills, there's Mike Smith, number 43. Ryan Krings is in there for St. Francis, 5'9 junior. Rebound comes to Ryan Smith of Sandhills. 2:40 to go in the game. St. Francis in control all the way, and it goes through the hands of Monty Brown for Sandhills. Now into the game for St. Francis. Ted Ostreiter, who saw quite a bit of action in the first half. Kevin Sander goes out of there. Kevin scored 18 tonight. His twin brother Ken scored 32, and Gene Cush scored 17 to lead the Flyers this evening. Todd Doman scores underneath for St. Francis. He has 4 points in the game, and it's 80-46.
Good-looking 6-foot sophomore Todd Doman goes to the hoop well, as he showed there, has 4 points in the game.
Now, Humphrey St. Francis started 5 seniors tonight, so they'll have guys like Ostreiter and Doman coming back. But the Sander twins will graduate along with Gene Cush, Greg Wimoff, and Brad Richmond, the 5 senior starters for the Flyers. Good look at Ryan Smith. There's his coach, Joe Cutlass, for Sandhills, as he welcomes Kevin Anderson off the court. Anderson had just 1 point tonight. Ryan Smith has 26 with that free throw. 2:09 to go in the game. Rebound comes down to St. Francis, leading 80-47. Ostreiter. Werner. Ryan Krings. As we play out the string here in the D1 State Championship. Doman. It's tapped up and in. The basket goes in, and no basket. A foul is called. There is no, the basket will not count for Mike Werner. He is called for the foul, I think, and so they'll go to the other end, and Sandhills will shoot free throws. So the ball went in the hole, but it didn't count. Aaron Walding, 5'11 sophomore, into the game for St. Francis. Also, Aaron Cush, 5'11 sophomore. He's the younger brother of Gene Cush. And Jeff Horst will be at the free throw line for Sandhills. He gets in the scorebook with his first point. First point in the tournament for Jeff Horst. Gets them both. 80-49, and a whistle stops play. St. Francis will get it again. Sandhills applying the full court pressure. Mike Werner to Ryan Krings, and traveling is called on Krings. Tried to get it down to Aaron Walding, who was all alone underneath the St. Francis basket, but traveled before he got off the pass. There you see the time remaining, 1:42, and now the clock starts. Monty Brown and Jason Kaufman still in the game for Sandhills. Knocked out of bounds by Scott Pfeiffer for St. Francis. Pfeiffer is a 5'9" senior. Ryan Smith has it blocked away, and he is fouled.
Ryan, a good basketball player, is evidenced by his 26 points tonight, but I think he's going to have nightmares of blocked shots tonight because he has had a ton of them blocked. It's kind of tough when you're going inside against the trees, though.
Aaron Walding. So check that. The last foul on Werner, I guess. And so it'll be Smith at the line. He has 27 points as we have it. Ryan Smith made a lot of first free throws tonight, missed a lot of second ones. Has his pass stolen away. 1:20 to go in the game. St. Francis to Walding. Aaron Walding. Aaron Walding gets into the scorebook.
On the other end, Justin Ryman puts in 2.
Justin Ryman with his first 2. Make it 82-52. 55 seconds to go here. And now for Sandhills. Rob Hall, a 5'7" junior, into the game, and Jason Kaufman goes out. Kaufman finishing his high school career. He had 10 points tonight. A couple of big three-pointers. Hall gets it for Sandhills. Ryan Smith. Monty Brown. Out of bounds off St. Francis. It'll be Sandhills ball. 37 seconds left in the game. Some more subs to come in for Sandhills. Kirk Clark will come in, 5'6" sophomore. Tom Osmond, 5'11" sophomore. Wes Meinert, 5'9" freshman. And Brad Aarons, 5'11" sophomore. As the reserves come in for Sandhills. And this one in the books some time ago. It's 82-52. St. Francis leading by 30 with 35 seconds to go in the game. And at the free throw line for Sandhills will be Brad Aarons, 5'11" sophomore. Brad Aarons is in the scorebook. Still a thrill to play in a state championship game, even if it's only for the last few seconds. Especially a thrill to get a point or two. Aarons doesn't make the second free throw. 30 seconds to go. St. Francis in command since early on in this one.
Scott Pfeiffer gets his first 2 points of the tournament. That's got to be nice. Scott is a 5'9" senior.
.14 seconds left. And now 10. Sandhills off the glass. 5 seconds, and a whistle stops the clock with 4 seconds left. Go to the other end for free throws. Mike Werner will be at the line. Mike Werner gets in the scorebook.
And another senior. So all of the seniors have scored tonight on the Humphrey St. Francis team. Kind of a nice touch.
3 seconds, 2 off the board at the buzzer. And that's the end of the game. The Class D1 state basketball championship is in the books. Humphrey St. Francis, an 86-53 winner over Sandhills. It was 42-26, Humphrey St. Francis at halftime, and the Flyers led by as many as 34 points in the game and really never looked back, winning 86-53. And we'll be back with the trophy and medal presentations after this timeout.
The thalidomide babies.
Game number 4 of 6 is in the books. Humphrey St. Francis, a big win in the Class D1 state championship, 86-53. St. Francis wins it. They were led by their 6'5" senior center, Ken Sander, with 32 points. His twin brother Kevin had 18 points. Gene Cush had 17, 5 for Brad Richmond, and then a bunch of guys with 2 points each. Greg Wemhoff had 2, Todd Doman, Ted Hostreiter, Mike Warner, Scott Pfeiffer, Aaron Walding. They all had 2 points each, as the Sandhills Panthers are getting their medals and soon will get their runner-up trophy. For Sandhills, Ryan Smith had 27 points. Jason Kaufman had 10, 6 for Monty Brown, 4 for Mike Smith, 1 for Kevin Anderson, 2 for Justin Ryman, 2 for Jeff Horst, 2 for Brad Aaron. 2 more games to go tonight here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. The Class B game, which will follow this one, between Wahoo. 63 straight games Wahoo has won. They are the 2-time defending state champion in Class B. The Warriors will take on Grand Island Northwest. That game will follow this one, well, about a half hour away. And then in Class A, the finale between Omaha South and Lincoln Northeast. And now let's go to our PA announcer, Roy Churchill, for the presentation of the championship medals and trophy in Class D1.
Now, Coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. We'll introduce them one by one. Number 10, Ryan Krings. Number 12, Aaron Cush. Number 14, Mike Werner. Number 20, Scott Pfeiffer. Number 24, Ted Hastreiter. Number 30, Todd Dolman. Number 40, Aaron Walding. Number 22, Kevin Sander. Number 32, Brad Richmond. Number 34, Greg Wemhoff. Number 42, Gene Cush. And number 44, Ken Sander. The 1990 Class D1 High School Basketball Champion, Humphrey St. Francis High School. Congratulations, players and coaches.
Humphrey St. Francis crowned the Class D1 state champions as Ken Sander holds that D1 state championship trophy with pride, as well he should. Humphrey St. Francis, the winner, 86-53 over Sandhills. We'll be back with the final statistics and then talk to the winning coach and players right after this. D1 state crown over Sandhills, 86-53. And St. Francis not only dominated the scoreboard, they dominated the final statistics as well. Sandhills shot just 32% in the game, 19 of 60. Humphrey sizzling 57%, 31 of 54. And St. Francis also making 21 of 30 free throws, only 11 of 24 free throws for Sandhills. Look at the rebounding edge, 41 rebounds to 22 for Sandhills. And Sandhills committed 6 more turnovers than Humphrey. We'll be back to talk with Coach Paul Brungart and his winning team right after this. Center, and the floor has been cleared. We're going to have to wait for a couple of minutes to get the Humphrey St. Francis team back out onto the floor so that we can talk to them. And Humphrey St. Francis, a big win tonight over Sandhills. 86-53 was the final in that one. Dick Janda is now standing by with Jim Riley, the executive director of the Nebraska School Activities Association. Let's go over to Dick.
Jim, the executive director of the School Activities Association, thanks for being with us. Just your thoughts on how the 2 tournaments this past weekend have gone. Last weekend and this weekend, the girls last weekend and the boys this weekend.
Well, they've gone very well, Dick. We had as fine a girls tournament that we ever had last week. I thought our play was superior. I thought our of course, our attendance was a record. This tournament has gone extremely well. And we know that tonight we're probably going to have another full house tonight. And, I want to say this to the people who had teams participating in it. We really appreciate the help that we received from the school administrators and talking to their people before they came down here, and our problem we had with going on the floor last week, I think we've resolved it.
Crowd control was a big concern after the girls tournament, but I haven't seen anybody go out on the court after these boys games.
Well, we may get tested next too. We're not going to say that we're 100% yet, but it really has been good.
Jim, the basketball tournaments are kind of the showpiece each year for the School Activities Association. How have the crowds been this year, and is there going to be a new attendance record, do you think?
Probably. It looks like there will be. We had a total of 92,000, I believe, coming into tonight's session, and our record is 104,000. We think we'll get more than 12,000 people in here tonight.
All right, Jim, thanks very much. Congratulations for a good tournament again this weekend.
Thank you very much, Dick.
Okay, Jim Riley of the Nebraska School Activities Association, and we'll see if we can get the winning Humphrey St. Francis Flyers over here to talk about their D1 state championship right after this timeout. To 53 over Sandhills. With me is head Humphrey St. Francis coach Paul Brungart, whose team has just completed an undefeated season. Must feel pretty good to win it. Did you ever think it would be this easy in the finals?
Well, I really don't think it was that easy. I think that our kids played tremendous defense, really, and set it up, and we were very patient on offense, and that was the keys to us.
An outstanding game for Ken Sander. We have him for 32 points. Those Sander twins are going to be guys you're going to miss.
Well, I tell you, we used them all year to help get these young kids ready, too. So we might miss them in person. You're going to see a lot of their efforts in the next couple of years.
Now, you've been in the state finals as a coach a couple of times before this, but this is the first state championship you've ever had a team win. Tell me about your other time.
Well, one time was in Denver, so that's so long ago I can hardly remember it. And 2 years ago, Falls City beat us in the finals with D1.
And also at Norfolk Catholic?
No, we made it. We were #1 seed that year at Norfolk Catholic. We got beat in the first round there.
Well, I talked with your son a bit ago, Paul Brungart, who's playing here at the University of Nebraska on the football team. He said he was really hoping for a championship for you. I saw him give you some congratulations a minute ago. A special moment for you there, too.
Actually, it gave me half the trophy. Somebody busted it, and it fell apart, so I've got the rest of the trophy in my pocket.
So maybe the crowd control is just a little bit shaky here.
Well, the kids, it's something that they're going to, certainly they've earned it. They can be proud of it, and we can glue this back together. So, yeah, I'm proud of them.
Just a word or two on what you thought maybe was a key in the game for St. Francis here tonight.
I think basically like it's been all year is our defense. Our defense really shut them down, and, we just decided at the beginning of the game we're going to go out and have fun with this one. And if the defense could do the job, we're eventually going to make some shots. We know that.
All right.
And we were kind of hoping they would play man-to-man because we were ready for that.
Coach, thanks very much. Congratulations to you and your St. Francis team.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Paul Brungart, the head coach for St. Francis. Let's talk to some of the victorious players. First of all, Kevin Sander, one of the Sander twins. He had 18 points tonight. Kevin, congratulations on the undefeated season and state championship.
It's great. I love it.
we have a highlight or two of you. If you take a look at the screen there, and you can see some of the action from the game, things just went, everything clicked tonight for St. Francis.
Yeah, it was just great. We just all worked together, and this is how we played in junior high, and we just carried it on to high school years, and we just played great.
You have your twin brother Ken scoring 32 tonight. You make quite a tandem, you and your brother. I'll bet you have some good driveway games here and there. He's got a little height on you, though.
He's got a lot of height on me. Yeah, he's great. I can't say much about him because he's just so good. And he can take on guards, he can take on centers, and I think he could beat anyone. I really think he could go up to guys 6'8", 6'9", 7 foot even.
Now, you guys have any plans to stay together in the future in basketball? What's your plans for college, perhaps?
I think we're going our separate ways because we're getting sick of each other.
Okay. Well, congratulations on the win and the undefeated season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin Sander. Now let's bring in Ken Sander, his twin brother. Ken, 32 points tonight. An outstanding game for you, and you really had control inside tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty easy with the height difference there was. But even though I needed the guards to get it into me, and they found the spots, and it worked.
Take a look at the monitor here, and we'll show you a bit of action from the game. See if you can remember what was happening here. Kevin is number 40, or Ken is number 44.
Well, we practice our corner breaks, so when we get out and run to set it up in the corner, and he wants me to go slide down the lane right away, and that's what I did, and Kevin found me. So that's what he wants to do, run and gun. So.
Now, what are your plans for the future? Can you tell us at this point if you're going to go on and play some more basketball?
I would like to go play some more basketball, but I don't know where yet. Wherever I get the best offer, probably.
Probably be some college recruiters at your doorstep.
Yeah.
Let's see, we had you for 95 points in the tournament. Not a bad 3 games.
No, I was happy with that.
Okay, congratulations to you, Ken, and your Humphrey St. Francis team.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, let's bring in Greg Wimoff. Greg with 2 points tonight. The Humphrey St. Francis Flyers just looked unstoppable here this evening.
Oh yeah, when we get going as a team, we think that we're pretty much, no one can stop us, I don't think. We played a good game tonight, super.
Take a look at the monitor here. We have your basket here tonight. You can see, you remember what was happening here.
Well, they were playing real tight defense on me at that time, and I figured penetration, there would be penetration since defense was so tight on us, and I just got an open shot and took it.
All right, congratulations to you.
Thank
all
you.
The rest of the members of your team. Here is Gene Cush. Gene, 17 points tonight. The inside strength of you and Sander, Ken Sander anyway, pretty hard to stop.
Yeah, all year we kind of been working at that, and they'd play Kenny up real tight, and then I'd be open for the easy shot. It was just all year Kenny opened things up for me.
Now take a look at the monitor here. You can see a bit of action from you in the game. Number 42, Gene Cush.
Yeah, all year it seemed like they always wanted me just for the rebounds, and I was there for that second shot and to bring it back in so Ken could put her through.
Now those St. Francis fans behind us were going, "Coosh!" every time you'd make a basket. What's the deal there?
I don't know. They're a good bunch, and they're always there with us. They never gave up.
A lot of support tonight, and all season apparently going undefeated.
They
Thank
were
you.
strong all year.
Okay, congratulations. Here we have another one of the St. Francis champions, Todd, I should say, a sophomore. You guys got some future to look forward to.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope next year we can keep on doing the same stuff.
Now, Falls City Sacred Heart was the D2 champions, but you guys look pretty strong in D1. I'll bet you'd love to see a matchup between you and Sacred Heart. Won't happen, but it'd be a good game.
Yeah, I think so.
They really came through strong in the Class D2 championship. Congratulations to you and your St. Francis team.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. Here we have Brad Richmond, 5 points tonight. Brad, things for St. Francis just clicked on about every count here this evening.
Yes, they did. We started out well, and when that happens, we just take off from there.
Now, Falls City Sacred Heart having won that D2 championship, but were D1 last year. They beat you guys out 2 years ago. Who do you think's best in Class D, Sacred Heart or St. Francis?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to see that. That would be good. They gave us a lot of support today. Yesterday they had posters up for us, and they had balloons for us today after they had won. So it'd be a nice, friendly rivalry to see that.
All right, congratulations to you and to all the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers, 86-53 winners in the Class D1 state championship for 19.